Hello and welcome to Richmond. I'm Rabbi Meir Shindler. With me today, I've got some of my children. I've got Akiva and I've got Tamima, and you might see a couple others during the evening. So we're here in Richmond. Richmond's a very nice, pretty green area of southwest London. Just about 5 minutes walk from here, we can get down to one of the most beautiful, popular parts of the River Thames. And also, if we go 10 minutes up the hill, we can get to the famous Richmond Hill and to Richmond Park. Just across the car park from here, just where we live, is the shul. We actually have a service here later at 7 o'clock. We daven at 7 o'clock throughout the year, doesn't matter summer or winter. So I'll be davening there a little bit later. But I'm glad that you have come to join me and to join us. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to sing Kabbalat Shabbat together. We're going to stop before Bo B'Shalom. I'll share a few words and insights, and then we're going to have a debutante. We have for Yigdal, please God, my son Akiva is going to read Yigdal for us as well at the end. So if you're following in the green Saks Siddur, it's on page 256. Yedit nefesh av harachamon meshach avdecha el ratzonecha yarutz avdecha kemo ayel yishtachaveh el muladorecha yerab lo yedidasecha minofesuf v'chol tam Adonai zev haolam nafshi chalas ahavasecha anai l'refana lo v'haretz lo noam zivecha as tischazek v'sisvape v'hayisala simcha salam v'sik yemuna rachamecha v'chusana al beinahu v'cha ki ze kama nichsavti v'rosh b'tiferes uzecha elecha mada libi v'chusana v'yalti salam higalena ufras chavi alai esekas shalamecha ta'ir eretz michvadecha nagila v'nismecha bach Ima'erehov kiva moed v'chaneinu ki me'olam Yalalai, 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 Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. La 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 la, ya 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 la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la. L'chun ranena l'Adonai, Noria l'tzuri sheiner, nekad machanav besoda. Bizamiras Nariala. Kiagodola Dinamel Kodola Kolimi Mashe Pied Mechro Sefes Alina. Hashem Yamata, we appreciate of this. Aboim Shana Akut Badar. Maharam Toile Babheim Vehem Leodu Derachai Hashem Nishmatim Yapi Im Yevon El Menuchasi Shirul Adonai Shir Chadash Shirul Adonai Kol Haaretz Shirul Adonai Baruch Hu Shemo Basru miyom leyom Yeshua so Sapru v'goyim kavodo V'chol ha'amim nifliyosav Ki gadol Adonai U'molo meyod Narachu Al kol Elohim ay Ki chol Elohei Pamim melilim V'Adonai Shamayim asa Hod v'hadar lefanav Oz v'tiferes b'mikdasho Havul Adonai mishpachos amim Havul Adonai kavadas Havul Adonai kevod shemo Sayu mincha uvo lechatzos ay shachul Adonai behadras kodesh hilir mipanav kol haaretz imur v'goyim Adonai malach yaptikon tevel ba'al timot yodin amim be'meisharim yismachu hashamayim v'sogel haaretz Yiramayam Umelawa Yalo Sodai V'chol asher bo ay Hoziranenu kolat yohar lifnei Adonai Kiva lishbot haaretz yishbot tevel b'tzedek V'yamim b'emunasa V'yay lay ya la 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 ay nay lay Adonai malach the Galaretz Yismuchu im Rabbi Manon Vorfels Vivav Sedi Mishpan Mechon Kiser Ish Tam Kimut Baruch Tetel Vaso B'Shalavos Hanim Jana Namaste Fer Ave Adonai Senera Shoymen Avshos Chasidav Miyad Rishoyim Yatzileim Zoru ala Sadik U'Yishrei Leik Simcha Simchu Tzadikim Adonai V'Hodu Lezecher Kodsho Mizmor Shirul Adonai Shir Chadash Ki Niflo Sasa Hashia Lo Yamina Uzara Wakacha Hadia Adonai Yeshuato Heinei Adayim Gilatit Gaza Hayzachar Chasta Ve'emunasa Laves Yisrael Ra'u Cholach Seyaret Eis Yeshua Eloheinu Hariu Ladonai Kalaret Pitzru V'ranenu V'zameinu Zamru Ladonai B'chinar B'chinar V'kol Zimra Machatzet V'os V'kol Shofar Hariu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai Yira Mayam Meloa Tevel Meyeshaveva Nehara Simcha Uchav Yachad Arim Yeraneinu Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishmat Haaretz Yishmat Tevel B'tzedek Ve'yamim Meisharim Nadinai Malachim Zamim Yoshe Kruim Tonet Haaretz. Moshe v'Aaron b'Kohanav u'Shemuel b'Korei Shema Karim el Adonai v'hu yanem v'amud anan yidaber aleim Shomerei dasav v'chayk nasan lama Adonai Eloheinu Ata nisam Hail Nosel Yisrael V'nokei malali lesam Ramanu Adonai Eloheinu V'yishtachavu l'arkacho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Mizmor leDavid Havu l'Adonai bnei lim Havu l'Adonai Kavod va'oz Havu l'Adonai Kavod Shemo Yishtachavu l'Adonai Hadras Kodesh Kol Adonai alamoyim Heila Kavod Yirim Adonai Almayim Rabim Kol Adonai Bakoach Kol Adonai Behadar Kol Adonai Shover Arozim Mayeshaper Adonai Esar Zeya Levanon Vayarkidem Kamo Egel Levanon Vesirion Kemo Venrei Mimayai Kol Adonai Choy Sev Lahaboseish Kol Adonai Yochil Midbar Yochil Adonai Midbar Kadesh Kol Adonai Yicholel Ayalos Vayechesof Yaros Ubehechalo Oy kulay ay merkavod ay Adonai lama bul yashav vayishev Adonai melech li'olam Adonai Oy liyamoyitena doina yevare esamay bashaloi. Ay nay 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 nay. Ayalay na nay nay nay. Yay nay 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 nay. Ayalay la lay 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 yay lay lay. Yalay la lay lay yalla la 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 lay. Yalay la lay lay yalla la la lay. Na nay na nay nay. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. أنا بالكواكب التي من خطر. لقد likras kala pene Shabbos nekabela lechad likras kala pene Shabbos nekabela Shamar v'zachar v'diburech yishmi'ani Elam yuchad Adonai echad Shema echad L'Shem Tiferes V'lisila L'echad Oidi Likras kala Panei Shabbos nekabela Likras Shabbos lechu v'nei l'chaki Makor habaracha Meirosh mikedem Nasucha Saif Maseh Vachshavot Echila Lechad Odi Ay 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 Likras Kala Ay 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 Penei Shabbos Nekabela Mikdash melech ir melucha kumi sai mitoch hafecha rab loch shebes v'yemek habacha v'hu yachamol alaychem la lecha Dodi ay 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 Likras kala Panei Shabbos nekabela Yes Mary Meir for kumi lifi big day Sefer Techami al yad ben Yishai Beis alachmi karva el nafshi gala lechad odi likras kala hay penei Shabbos nekabela Yesirari kiva ayrech kami ayri uri shedaberi kabod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likras kala Panei Shabbos Kabbalah. Lo sevoshi velo sikomi matish terchaki matemi bakechesu ani yami v'nivnesa iraltila lechadodi likras kala Panei Shabbos nekabela Ay lecha dodi Ay likras kala Ay panei Shabbos nekabela V'hoyulim shisa shosayich V'rachaku kol nevalayich Yafis alayich Elohayich Kimsos chasan al kala lecha dodi Ay likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Ay lecha dodi Ay likras kala Ay penei Shabbos nekabela Yominus mal tifrosi V'yesadonai ta'aritzi Al yadish ben parti V'nismecha v'nagila lecha dodi Ay likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Ay lecha dodi Ay likras kala Ay penei Shabbos nekabela Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Now, quite recently, in fact, just before the summer holidays, my wife bought me these. They're not to keep track of the kids, although you might think they are. But, of course, they're binoculars. And the reason why we bought them just before the summer holidays is because I like birds. And particularly the birds of prey, seeing them soaring in the skies, really gives me a thrill. So, what better to give your husband before you go on holiday than a pair of binoculars to see them up close? And I can tell you, I've seen many birds of prey, but there's one bird of prey that is the king of all birds. It is absolutely magnificent. There is no bird like it. If you could get an opportunity to see it up close or to see it soaring ahead, if you have to go all the way to Scotland, and that is an eagle. There is no bird like it in the world. It is absolutely beautiful. I know there are many species of eagle, it doesn't matter. They're huge, huge beasts of tremendous power and magnificence. And why am I talking about eagles? Is because in this week's Parsha, in Parshat Ha'azinim, the Torah describes the way that God looks after us, nurtures us, and protects us by means of the parable of an eagle. The verse says, Kinesher ya'ir kino al gozalav yirachef. Like an eagle, Nesher is usually translated as an eagle, who awakens his nest. Al gozalav yirachef, he hovers over his fledglings, over his chicks. Yifros chanafav yikacheu, with his wings spread out, he takes his chicks, Yisa'eu al evaso, and carries them upon his pinions. And Rashi picks up on two elements of an eagle here, which I think are really, really powerful, particularly for this time of year. The first Rashi, what does it mean, Kanesha Ya'ikino, the same way that an eagle awakens his nest? And Rashi describes how when an eagle comes back to its nest after hunting, if it were to swoop down straight away, that would frighten the chicks. It's a huge beast coming towards it. Maybe it's a predator. So they get very scared. So the eagle, who has compassion over its children, waves floats over the nest a little while. It doesn't land straight into the nest. It gives the fledglings, the chicks, a chance to adjust and to realize, no, it's just the father or the mother coming home. This time of year, of course, we've got Yom Kippur coming up on Monday, Sunday night. But Yom Kippur doesn't come suddenly. We have a lot of preparation for this, all the way from the beginning of the month of El. God says, I'm not going to suddenly come and judge you and on Rosh Hashanah and then again on Yom Kippur for sealing for good life. I'm not going to do it all suddenly. You're going to have plenty of time to prepare. And that is what God has given us. Now, there's not all that much time left. But nevertheless, here we're standing in Shabbat Shuvah. We're about to start Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat immediately before Yom Kippur. This is a chance to really get ourselves in the groove, get ourselves in the mood to think about Yom Kippur and the day itself. And what is it that we're supposed to do on Yom Kippur? But there's a second property of an eagle that Rashi describes, and that is, as the Torah says, an eagle carries its chicks on its pinions, on its back. Rashi points out that this is unusual. Most birds, when they want to carry their chicks, they carry them with their legs, with their claws, with their talons, and they hold the chicks underneath them when they're flying, if they need to transport them somewhere. The reason they do that is because they're scared of the eagle. They're scared that the predator is going to come from above, and therefore the parent wants to protect the children from above. Not so the eagle. The eagle flies the highest of all birds. He's not worried about any predators above. What's he worried about? He's worried about us, human beings, shooting an arrow from below. And therefore, says the eagle, I carry my chicks on my back, so that if, God forbid, someone shoots an arrow, I take the arrow, and it doesn't get to my young ones. It's very, very impressive, but it's something that's always puzzled me. I don't get it. Imagine a human being, God forbid, to take an arrow and shoot this wonderful beast, this eagle, in the air, and it's carrying its chicks on its back. Okay, so the chicks won't get the arrow, but wouldn't it just plummet to the ground? Hundreds and hundreds of meters. The chick's not going to survive that. So what is the meaning of this? I think the answer is quite simple. Is it supposed to be a mashal, a parable to God and how God looks after us and protects us? God in the desert, we know that when the Egyptians came from behind, he built a cloud and he stood one of his angels with a cloud, which took all the arrows. Obviously, the arrows don't harm God. It's for us to understand that we as chicks, as God's children, we're being protected. You know, that chick that's on top of the eagle's back, he feels on top of the world. You know why? Because his mummy or his daddy is protecting him from underneath. His mummy or daddy, who's the king of all birds, is protecting, is looking after him. Will that absolutely guarantee his safety? Not necessarily for a young eagle. You know, eagles aren't invincible, but that fledgling eagle thinks its parent is invincible and that it is completely protected from above. We, of course, we look to our Father in heaven, we look to God in this particular challenging time of COVID-19. And of course, just coming up towards the High Holy Days, we have to have a look and we say, doesn't matter. Yeah, we're going to pray. We understand that God is looking after us. He is like an eagle. He's carrying us on his back. Yeah, God can't be, and God is really invincible. He can't be harmed by any of those arrows from below. And therefore, if we understand that we have faith that God is always watching over us and he will let us come through in the end, then that gives us a much greater sense of security through these difficult times. And of course, leading up to Yom Kippur, that we should also be blessed with a full Gemar Chatima Tova to be sealed in the book of life. We're now going to just conclude with Yigdal, and I've got Kiva here, who is going to do this for the very first time, and I'll help him out. Come on, Kiva. Okay, there we go. Ready?
Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtabach nimtzov yenes al mitzvosai.
Echad v'yein yachid k'yichudo ne'elam v'gam ein sof li'yachduso.
Ein lo d'mitzchakav v'yein agaf lo na'aros lo kedushosai.
Kamel l'chol davar asher nivra rishon v'yein reishis k'reish l'reishiso.
Hine Adonai Elam l'chol na'asar Hireh kedurosai malchusai.
Shefan v'uasan esano el anshei segulaso v'sifarto.
L'kom b'Yisrael kama asher novim ma'abit estiminasai.
Terasem esnosan le'yamoel ayad nivio ne'man beso.
Lo yachalef ha'el v'lo yamitasai li'olam mi'mezulasai.
Sefer b'yadei asesarim apit l'sof tavor b'kadmosai.
Kol malish chesed k'mi'ifalai Nasein rosharo karishasai.
Yishlach l'keitz yamin meshichenu liftos mechakei keitz Yeshuasai.
Nasein Michael Baruch Hastai Baruch Adayat Shem Tilasai.
Meisim Yachayel Baruch Chasta Baruch Adayat Shem Tehillah. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.